Hi guys, I just wanted to do a review today to give anyone a bit of a insight into a plan with Charlie, to give him my feedback, any questions that I had throughout the plan, and hopefully we can answer some of those questions in my review. So, to give you a little bit of an insight about myself, always been into kind of fitness, started off in the army, relatively fit, kind of into weights throughout a few years. Tried different plans, online, personal training, various different bits, and kind of seen relatively okay results. Unfortunately, got a little bit ill about 2 years ago. Had to miss the gym for about 3 to 4 months. Put on quite a bit of weight when you're not training and you love your food as much as I do. And then last year had 5 shoulder dislocations, which caused numerous times out, kind of recovered, recovered, dislocated, and so on and so forth. And eventually had an operation in September of last year, which caused another 3 months out of the gym and no control of food once again. So saw myself put on quite a severe amount of weight. Um, Wanted to get a plan, wanted to lose some weight. Unfortunately, kind of got distracted by Instagram and distracted by a personal trainer or a trainer online that was more of a salesman, kind of clothes, uh, PPI, all the way to personal training. Was kind of impressed with the six pack and great physique, and thought, I want to get a body like that and a transformation like that. Unfortunately, started that plan. Poor contact, no communication. Generic plan wasn't tweaked or tailored towards me. And actually didn't even see out the end of the plan due to some unexplained reasons from the trainer. So really poor experience, and actually something that was a bit of a shame in terms of where I was on my journey with my weight loss. Then I came to Charlie's page. Decided to send Charlie a message, let him know the experience I'd been through, my goals, and where I wanted to head in terms of my physique. Mainly driving to get back to a shape that I'd be happy with for my wedding. So I'm getting married at the end of August, and it's abroad in Mykonos. And I wouldn't feel comfortable with the way I was looking, didn't feel comfortable in myself, and actually developed some form of a gym anxiety from a local gym that I go to. I didn't feel comfortable. I was about 10, 15 kilos over where I have been previously. So message Charlie, I think must have got a message back within about 5 minutes. A voice message, really supportive. Actually apologised for the previous trainer. I think from an online coach perspective, I think it must be extremely annoying to see that type of, I suppose, support or lack of. And he actually apologised and explained that that's not his style. And then went down the route of explaining what his packages were offering, what he could do, and give me a lot of confidence instantly in terms of that, something, a plan with him or any form of package with him would be something that I'd be accountable for, and there'd be a lot of support. So I started the 12-week plan, the shreds, aptly called the Wedding Shred, on the PT Hub app. And I got my plan through within 48 hours, all my nutrition, all my exercises, and a small amount of supplements suggested, not necessarily required, but suggested, and kind of used the first couple of days just to prep, get all the exercises ready, print everything off, get all my nutrition. Daily contact with Charlie leading up to day one, instant feedback, instant replies. I mean, incredibly impressive communication time. I don't know how, if anyone bugs him like I did, it must be quite impressive to be able to get on there from a real-time perspective almost. So started the 12-week plan, initially started up at around about 2,300 calories, There was two plans, one for rest day and one for a training day. So myself, I train at 6 in the morning, which is fasted training, and Charlie had kind of built a workout around that. An absolute game changer on this piece was the intra workout, something that I've never used before from a carb powder perspective, and it was unreal. Leg day, back day, absolutely driving forward with a carb powder. But using the first couple of weeks to really kind of dial into the plan, getting the rep ranges right, getting the movements right. It's on a handy app on your phone that's got a stopwatch. It's got videos for anything that you're not sure on. I was relatively kind of aware of most exercises, but even when I wasn't sure, just top of the app, you could press play and you'd get a demo of the exercise available. I tend to train in a pretty good gym that had a good options of equipment. But if you're in a gym that doesn't have that, there's an ability to swap the exercises, and you can pretty much change it around to see fit within your gym. It gives you the potential to be able to get the workout completed. Most of the workouts took between 50 minutes and an hour and 10, and then added a bit of cardio on at the end. So kind of achievable timelines for the programs, and a really varied range. I think for me, I've always done either the 3 sets of 8 or the 4 sets of 15, depending on what you're driving for, some of the basics. But this really mixed it up with kind of 6 sets of 4 here, and reps of 12 with 20-second rest and another 12, and I'm really kind of hitting it from different angles with different variations of exercise and rep ranges and rest times. And then it comes to the check-ins. So the Friday morning check-in, kind of use the scales as your baseline. But then I think one of the main key parts is having a look, see how you feel, and kind of having that ability to understand that even if your weight hasn't changed, how do your jeans fit? How does that shirt fit? How does that t-shirt fit? And that's a really powerful message. Incredible support from Charlie on the first few weeks, especially in terms of kind of checking in and wanting to see them initial gains, and you get that confidence from your training, that accountability piece that is kind of tweaking things. Although I was a little bit gutted when he removed my wraps and removed my cashew nuts. I was enjoying those, but it just shows those little tweaks that really kind of dialing in on the nutrition side of things. I would say I was messaging Charlie most days, more just because I think the communication really kept me on point. Any day where you felt like you may have a kind of something off plan or move away, just that message to Charlie. I used to do a daily cardio video, just because it was getting it done. And for me, that accountability piece of, onto my Instagram, and I'm sure it bored pretty much every one of my followers, but onto my Instagram, my daily cardio is done, it's completed, it's there for Charlie to see, it's reshared by Charlie. I kind of get that warm feeling inside that I know it's getting done. And for me, I think that was really key. It's really hard to explain the tangible side of things from an accountability piece, but just knowing that you're completing it obviously for yourself and for your own journey, but you're getting that support from someone who's got an extreme amount of knowledge, who is communicating to you in real time almost, and was really powerful, really, really powerful for me. And then got to the end of the plan last Friday. During the plan, I had my stag do, and Charlie kind of had made it very clear, not to worry about that weekend. We'll offset some a bit beforehand, and we'll offset it after it. I managed to pretty much keep on plan, excluding that weekend, and offset pre and post stag do, which was quite impressive for Charlie to kind of set up in the plan. But finished on Friday, so starting off weight was just below 93 kilos. And finish off at just over 81 kilos. A lot more confident, a lot more kind of confident in my physique now, a lot more confident in my ability in the gym, no longer any form of gym anxiety in my local gym, which I'll be returning to next month. And I feel like I've gained, not just a great personal trainer of knowledge, but he's almost been like a friend who we've messaged most days. And although it's kept very professional in terms of some of the exercise, some of the routines, it's been really good to have a bit of banter with him as well. I really feel like the communication has been superb with the plan. I also was lucky enough to win one of the competitions during the 12 weeks, which got me a photo shoot competition, which I think as I really start to continue to reduce my weight and really gonna get those shreds, hopefully be able to put that to use coming leading up to the wedding. Plan for me moving forward is post wedding, I will look to do a lean bulk and another cut with Charlie, as for me, there wouldn't be anybody else I would go with. His knowledge, his communication, and his support has been better than anything I've ever used before. So that's kind of an overall review from me, and I'd recommend anyone to start using it. So much so that I've got my fiance on a 12-week plan. One of my best friends has just started a 12-week plan, and I've probably had about 6 direct messages on my Instagram of people asking about Charlie and what he's plans to do. So I think from me the message is just get it done and start your journey with Charlie.